Howdy y'all, it's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful, ooh, summer's here, Atlanta, Georgia. Today is June the 20th, 2024, and it feels like it's been forever since I have done a video that wasn't a short. This has been an absolutely brutal week. It's Thursday. We just finished our shortest mowing route, the one that is most route dense. It really hasn't rained here in probably almost 3 weeks. The dust is amazing. But I'm not going to complain. The Bermuda's still green. We do get a lot of the morning dew, so it's helping to keep it fresh, but it is starting to dry out a little bit. It's starting to turn a little brown. But hey, at least you're not hearing me say I hate the cold. I do love this weather. Anyway, so I have 2 failures on the Trimstar, but it's not the Trimstar's fault. It's 2 accessories that broke. One of them just broke, which I'm going to show you on our very last yard. I'm on, I have the Go Slide. This is the Trimstar I use. Josh uses the other one. This is just hit over 1,000 hours, and I will do a review on that. But that's not what this is about. I use the Go Slide, and as you can see, something ain't right. So let me take this down and show you what broke. So I'm mowing along in the backyard, minding my own business, and then I get the sensation that I'm on ice. Well, the bracket broke. Now, this is the angle correction bracket that if you use a Pro Slide or a Go Slide on a Trimstar, because this is angled, this corrects it to where it's a vertical surface to bolt the accessory on. Well, it wasn't that broke, it was the actual Pro Slide bracket. So what I'm going to do is I have a bracket that I bought. It's called an angle correction bracket. This is for the Pro Slide. I think this will work. It should. If not, I can cut this part off, but I am going to order a couple more brackets. That bracket lasted, well, really it lasted 1,000 hours, because I put this Go Slide on here when I bought this mower originally, so I'm hoping that will work. So you know what, let's just before I show you what else broke, let's see if we can rectify this. So I've got these springs and chain so I can hold this up in its travel position. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off, pull for the, for the hydro. All right, there we go. It's that easy. And that's what broke that bracket. So what I need to do is I need to unbolt this. Look how much thicker this one is. You guys see that? How much thicker it is? All right, so I won't bore you with this part. I'm going to unbolt this, and then we'll hook this up to the mower and see if it works. All right, so I just got back from Home Depot, and what I did was I got a 1/2 inch wide bolt by 10 inches long. The 8-inch one was too short, so I got that. I got some spacers here from these are 5/8 nuts, are really good, to make spacers. And then I got 2 jam nuts right here. So this is, it's kind of ugly, but it'll work for now. It'll get us going. I got Ryan from iGo Pro Parts sending me some 2 more brackets, so I'll have a spare for the Go Slide, and then I can take this off. But this bracket right here, this is the angle correction bracket for a Pro Slide. So it will work with some slight modifications as you've seen here. Okay, there we go. There. So this would not be a good long-term solution because the end of this, because of the way the bracket is, hits the bolt that it mounts to. But just for getting this done, that'll be perfectly fine. So fold up. I'm going to need to adjust this chain just a little bit, and then that'll be fixed. So that's a good temporary fix. I also could not get a grade 8 bolt in this length, so perfectly fine for right now. All right, let me show you what else broke. All right, so the next thing that has broken, this broke earlier this week. So when I activate the switch, listen. Okay, so what has failed on this? Well, it's not the motor. The motor's running. What I suspect is the gear that's in here has failed again. And yep. So I think what actually happened is it actually broke. These motors right here are extremely robust. I believe these motors are for running conveyor belts on small conveyor belt lines. They're very, very durable. But the problem is that this motor is not designed, or the gear set I should say, is not designed for forward, reverse, forward, reverse, forward, reverse, because it can't handle the stress of the plate starting and stopping against the motor. So while the motor probably will last an extremely long time, as you guys know, I had a problem with this before, and what I did to fix it was I put magnets here and right there, so it holds it shut. So the force of the air blowing out, it's just enough magnetic force when this is operating properly to not have this flap like this. However, having used the chute blocker like this for almost a week now, I actually don't mind having it. So it's down, I just leave it down all the time. And when enough grass builds up under there that it needs to exit, it's got enough force to just crack this open, just a little bit. So while I can't obviously discharge unless I physically reach down and do that, because of the Bermuda that we're cutting and the height that we're cutting at, this works out really well. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to do a separate video on fixing this, the actual gear, because I do have the old gear and it's not broken, it just slips a little bit inside. But this setup right here has about 1,000 hours on it, and like I said, the motor's fine. It's just the gear assembly. So I'm fine with, because of the way this works, how fast it is and everything, I'm fine with the gear flaking out. It's just the wrong, really, the gear is just not designed to have that force back and forth. I think if somebody had a 3D printer and could reduplicate the gear and make it out of billet, make it out of one piece, because it's a 2-piece steel gear that's tack welded on the shaft, I think that that probably would, or make it out of chrome, I don't know, maybe billet steel or aluminum, it would be much more durable. It's the tack weld in the middle that's the problem, because there's so much, this motor has so much torque. So anyway, I'll do that for a separate video. I just wanted to show you guys that. And I also I've got some new mower blades that are coming. that I'm going to be testing, and supposedly these blades are top notch. I'm not going to say who they're from. No, they're not from Ballard. I do need to replace the Ballard Ripper blades that are on here. They're coming to the end of their service life, and it's not the blade edge. Of course, you know, as I've told you guys before, it is the granite dust and particles that we have in our soil. We cut really low. We cut Bermuda at around 2 inches, and when you do that, you're sucking up a lot of the granite dust, and granite is extremely hard, and it basically sandblasts the lift portion or sail. It doesn't really hurt the blade part, not so much. You know, I sharpen the blades once a week, so it's about 10 hours worth. You know, the mower's probably cutting about 10 hours because we have 2 mowers going, so I do both of those. But I'm completely, you know, if I get 100 hours out of a set of blades, I'm doing good. So I'm gonna sharpen these. I'm gonna run these one more time, and when I get the new blades, I will install them, and I will let you guys know exactly how they perform, where they're performing best, where they're maybe not performing so best. But these blades are not high lift blades. As I have told you guys before in some of the videos, that high lift blades are not the optimal blade if you're going to be cutting at around 2 inches, especially with Bermuda. Not as bad with zoysia, but Bermuda is the most prevalent grass around here. Probably 99% of our yards have Bermuda, and there are challenges that come if you're going to try to use a high lift blade. It just doesn't make the yard look good because it pulls the stringers. And let me show you what stringers are. I don't have any in my yard because I don't use a high lift blade, but stringers. These are stringers. So they're very evident when you have a yard full of these, and the whole reason is the high lift blade is basically pulling up. It's not so much, it's really larger pieces of dead grass. That's what it is, and they'll lay all over the lawn like that, and they're so light. Like, there's a good one. There's a good example. They're so light that the blade, it just doesn't cut them. And they're super dry, as Bermuda is a dry grass, and it makes the yard, certain yards, especially if it's not, my yard is really dense, so I don't have as much of a problem, or wouldn't if I use this mower on it. But some of the other customers' yards, they're thinner, and they've been cutting it a little taller, so the stringers are longer. And normally they, you know, over a season will decay and turn into basically topsoil and food for the grass. But a good high lift blade will extract those right out of the grass, and you can go over it and over it and over it. You're not getting rid of them. The more you cut it, the more that's going to pull up. So a good medium lift blade, I haven't used low lift, but medium lift blade and a chute blocker will take care of it. Like, you don't have any more problems. So that's what has worked well for us. So anyway, as soon as I get those blades in and I start getting some feedback about how they're performing, as we put them through their paces over the next few weeks, I'm going to let you guys know exactly what I think about them, good or bad. So, all right, well, I need to do some maintenance on this mower. We're going to be doing a 1,000 plus hour review of the Hustler Trimstar that I have right here. And I'm going to let you know what's failed. I'm going to kind of go over again my maintenance routine to make this mower get to this. I mean, that's a pretty good landmark hour for a mower. And I'm going to tell you what's broken, what has failed, what hasn't failed. And